Okay, so we're in day 2 of Becky being gone to France on her trip. Things are good so far. The kids are all alive, the animals are all alive, and we're eating pretty good. So I'd say that's a success. As we were finishing our garden chore this morning, the rain started pouring really hard, so we're moving to inside chores. So we're just gonna be doing a bunch of food processing and different things inside the house. I'm down here with the pigs. I love hearing the sound of them eat. It's just soothing to my soul. I'm usually down here twice a day, morning and night, to feed the pigs. I try to start them out with our table scraps first. Right now they're finishing off some peaches and watermelon rinds and different things like that we just have, you know, from the kitchen. And then I'll supplement them with some corn. They really like this, so this is kind of like their dessert. They would always go for this first if I gave it to them first, but I like to hold it off just so that they get through our extra produce first. I usually ferment their feed. It helps with digestion and gives them positive gut bacteria. I've not had a pig that got sick from doing that, so it's working. So I have an appointment with my butcher for 3 cows. Well, maybe 2. And if I ever have anxiety, it's around loading up the cows. The reason being, I don't have a fancy corral or any like permanent structure to load them up into a trailer, and so I kind of have to make my own every time, or move them to the barn, and then just by smart maneuvering kind of get them loaded into the trailer. So I'm gonna try something new that I'm gonna set up right now, and we will cross our fingers and pray that it works. I have the trailer loaded up, and now I'm taking the portable electric fence down so I can pull the trailer into the cow's paddock where they're at right now, and then I'm going to park it there as I set up their makeshift corral so that they get used to it and are more comfortable around it, because anything new that you impose on these animals, they're curious but also nervous at the same time, and so I want them comfortable with our new setup. Now, come here, Noel. Let me show you what we're going to do. So we've made our little makeshift corral. Okay, we're going to practice with the cows. What we're going to do is put their food bait in here, and then dump it. We'll dump it kind of along here so they get far enough into the skinny. Okay, because the hope is that once they're in here, they can't turn around. So they have to go that way. Once they're in there, we'll close this gate. We'll close that, push them in this way, and then open the trailer, and they'll go in there. But for the practice right now, they're going to go through here and out so they get comfortable with this setup, and then they won't be nervous about it tomorrow. Come here. Get a little bit there. So our cows love this Timothy grass that I give them. It's just a pelletized bag that I get from our local farm store. And so this is again our dry run. It has worked very well to get them in the corral. Now at least Noel and I know that this method is going to work. Here's a cute little baby calf that was born about a week ago. So I thought you guys would like to see that. Go back to mama. Oh boy, it's time to load cows. We were gonna do this a little bit later tonight before the sunset, but there's a storm brewing, so we're just gonna be safe and do it now before it gets really wet and messy. Wish us luck. It's been pretty smooth so far. We have the cows that we need in the corral, and there's actually one extra, and so Kian here very shortly is going to open the gate when he has the chance to let just that cow out so that we can keep just the two that we want to load up. So the problem that we ran into now is the corral that I had pre-made was 5 feet wide leading into the trailer. And that was just wide enough for the cows that they could kind of push up against the fence and turn themselves around. This is new for them and they're just not used to it, so they're going to try to get out. They know that the corral is kind of loose, and so you can see them just trying to get out. I would want to do the same thing. So what we ended up doing is taking the gates off of the T-post that I had them secured to and essentially shrinking the corral so that the cows eventually had nowhere to go but into the trailer. And once that was their only option, they walked in pretty effortlessly, and we had them loaded. So after a quick round of applause that we had them loaded up, I took them to the house, gave them a little bit of feed and water just so they had enough overnight, and we got ready to take them to the butcher tomorrow morning. Got in the truck first thing to head to the butcher. It's about a 2-hour drive. I've got some of the kids with me. The rest are at school. This butcher is a little bit longer drive, but it's worth it. We've tried around half a dozen butchers in this area, and we landed on these guys because they are buttoned up, they know what they're doing, they don't mess up our order, and they, quite honestly, they care about making sure we have a good experience with them. Taking 2 cows there today, drop them off, and then we got some more errands to do with the kids, so it's gonna be a busy day in the car. Okay, I just finished dropping off the beef and gave them my cut list, so in a few weeks from now those should be done and ready to pick up. We were gone most of the day yesterday, and when that's the case and we don't even look at the garden, usually a lot of stuff happens, so I'm gonna come out here and check out what's here now and what needs to be done. I'm sure there's some stuff. I think I need to harvest corn. Wow. Okay. Put this right here. Okay.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my comfort share. Be myself, be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me.
Okay, you need some more. There's that. Oh, you don't like that? Okay. So here's the plan. Becky's home in a few days, and we've needed steps on our back deck for a little while. We initially wanted them so that the little baby boy here wouldn't fall off and, you know, get hurt. And it turns out on my birthday a few weeks ago, I jumped off innocently and sprained my ankle really bad. So we need to build steps down the deck for me so that I don't get hurt. So So we're gonna try to do that, at least get it started and mostly finished before Becky gets back. That gives us today's Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, she gets back Saturday. So we'll see what we can get done. Okay, this was legitimately the first time that I have built a set of stairs on my own. So I think they turned out pretty good, all things considered. There are two methods that I considered using for this. The one that I went with is the stringer method that I'm cutting out now. So the second method is the box method, where you essentially build a large box that goes on the ground, a smaller box that you set on top of that, and then successive smaller boxes that then become the stairs. I think that'll work. Yay! Oh, thank you. I don't even know what I was thinking here. There was no place on YouTube or the interwebs that told me to do this. I thought that I could assemble these stringers together as kind of one unit and then fasten those to the deck. That turned out to be very quickly a complete and utter failure, as you can see here. So I scrapped that idea after one quick attempt at doing this, and then decided to put a skirt on the bottom of the deck board that you see there to allow the stringer to have more wood to fasten to, and that worked out way better. Oh, I was gonna surprise you, but I'm out here. So all this failure started making me really hungry, and I knew I needed to get some food in for dinner anyways. So here I'm making pork belly burnt ends that I'm gonna throw on the smoker. It's a super easy recipe. After chopping the pork belly into about 2 to 3 inch cubes, I just put on some mustard as a binder, and then I put some of our homemade spice mix, which is our freeze-dried hatch chilies, and some black pepper, salt, and garlic. And just kind of rub that and coat that all on there. Then they go on the smoker, and they cook there for a couple hours until the temperature reaches 207 degrees. And then that's when I take them off. Working while I could smell the meat cooking was the best thing ever. Anyways, here I am putting the skirt up that I mentioned before, and then this is how I chose to fasten the joist hangers to the 2x12s that I use for the stringers, and then fasten that to the deck with this skirt. Now, as you can see, I really needed that extra wood to make it fit. I then put a post about 18 inches in the ground, so I had something to fasten the stringers to. And then I used this one on the high corner as my reference to level every other stringer off of. One of the reasons Becky married me was when my shoes break like this, I usually duct tape them for a week until I have time to go get another pair. So that has just happened with these while I've been working on this deck. So let's get fixing them. Good as new. Back to work. It's been a few hours, but these are not quite ready yet, so a little bit longer. Got the stringers all on. They're about a foot apart from one another, and then I put the deck tape on top of there for weather protection and to keep the boards lasting longer. And now it's just a matter of putting on the decking and making sure those cuts are right so that the seams aren't too big and that everything fits and looks as it should. finishing the last step here before the project's done. I didn't quite finish it before Becky got home, but that's okay. She was more than happy to have it done and have it started before she got back. So. Okay, just finished. How do you like your new steps?
Really good.
Cool. So we'll end this video with two of my favorite things. Becky got back to the house, so we're super excited to have her. And the pork belly burnt ends are done. If they're cooked right, they cut like butter because that fat renders down, and it is just the most amazing taste. I mean, the kids just clamor over these, and it is like dessert to us.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Favorite eggs, you want to try one? Yeah, that's good. I'll take that piece. More?